Pakistan.
Assalamu alaikum. Have you ever seen yourself in a mirror and stared at the reflection? What do you see? What you don't like, you don't see. What you don't like, you eliminate surgically if you need to, cosmetically. Cleanse, purify, sanitize, disinfect. We don't like blemishes. Think about it. We all want to look well-dressed, acceptable, suitable, appealing, hot. So why do we want to look presentable? It's straightforward, because we want to be taken seriously. Attractive people tend to be more intelligent, better adjusted, and more popular. Research shows attractive people also have more occupational success than their unattractive counterparts. A shabby look does not get you anywhere in today's highly competitive and professional world. Today, the global consumption of cosmetics is estimated at $19 billion worldwide. But there's no doubt about it. If you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you do good. So what happens when we take this concept of looking first class to a little outside our well-stocked dressing rooms? What else manifests our desires? Murphy's Law. What else manifests our desires to look presentable? Our houses look great. Porcelain tile, marble, granite, imported will be better. Security alarms, security guards, air conditioners, car porches, rain showers, swimming pools, and why not? Architects and designers are striving for improved spatial, material, and construction solutions. All is well within the boundary wall. But they say beauty runs only skin deep. Have a look around our immediate vicinities and see what this reflects. Blemishes. Moving outside my boundary, I decided to take a look around some parts of the city. After being away from Pakistan for almost 10 years, I wanted to see what has changed in Karachi. Or is there any change? Or is it worse? If a country is a reflection of its people, what do I see? One of the first things I noticed was the blatant overuse of politically affiliated flags and graffiti, defining boundaries within one city, and the almost non-existent Qaumi Parcham. Are we not proud to represent this country that feeds and protects us? So selfish to presume that political organizations with their incredible fragmenting power will bind us together rather than under the national flag. Where could I find the almost non-existent Qaumi Parcham? As I traveled from DHA towards M.A. Jinnah Road, I found the first flag at none other than the Qaid's Mazar. Then another one hidden between some apartment blocks in Soldier Bazaar. And then another one at the KMC building. We could see more of these in our city. The other issue that disturbed me was almost a non-existent system for public access, sidewalks, setbacks, parks, zebra crossings, and the general road conditions. Who is mismanaging the public domain in our major cities? They have failed. Though one hears of a lot of developmental work which has been done in Karachi, but it's still too less and the pace too slow for the expanding vehicular traffic and population of Karachi. It seems that he who has money and political clout can get away with breaking bylaws and building codes. Unacceptable sidewalks and not for public access. Disorganized parking, out of control encroachments all over. What life can a handicapped person lead in the 21st century on these roads today? Encroachments are everywhere. And the most blatant one of all is by none other than the President of Pakistan. The entire stretch of road has been barricaded for the protection of one individual, to the miseries of many of his constituents. Walls are being brought down in the world, but here, unfortunately, they are being built. And then fascinating to observe, many traffic signals in DHA are obviously not calibrated to daily traffic flow patterns. How can disorganized traffic clear a light in a few seconds leaves one astonished. The trigger-happy people of the city and the traffic of the city create a lot of noise. The environmental noise values of parts of Karachi are astronomical, which leads to many pathological issues. And garbage dumped everywhere. People here have lost their sense of civic duty. Karachiites are probably not proud of this city. Luckily, Karachi does offer spaces within its chaos, which must be retained and utilized for the public well-being at all costs. A city without any public spaces is a dead city. Empress Markets provide solace, though it is badly in need of renovation and organization. A Parsi temple in Sadr offers some green. The Qaid's Mazar and its sprawling park around it provides an excellent rendezvous for the few tourists. A serene residential area within the chaotic Soldier Bazaar. OMI Hospital and its green hedge. The historic Radio Bazaar, Radio Pakistan building, derelict and forgotten. The recently opened Frere Hall. Itwar Bazaar and other similar venues provide excellent vehicular-free access for us. And finally, the ever-receding mangrove forests along My Kolachi Road, hanging on to the final days of life. We, as architects and engineers, poets and philanthropists, are the stakeholders of our country, our environment. We need to repeat the mantra that I look good because my environment looks good, or I am the environment. We need to take sustained responsibility and move ahead from the shortcomings of the previous generation and take inspiration from other nations and communities. Again, we need to think outside the boundary wall. The challenges are many, but to every problem, there is a solution. We, our generation next, we have an increased use of communications, media, and digital technologies. Most of us have neoliberal approach to politics and economics. We email, text, and wired to YouTube, Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, Google, iMac, iPad, iPhone. The lingo goes on. Incredible tools assisting revolutions within our grasp. This opportunity for us Pakistanis of this generation must not be lost. My name is Ahmed Mian. I graduated from the Indus Valley School in 1996 with a bachelor's degree in architecture. After working in Pakistan at the IAPEX for a few years, I enrolled into the Pratt Institute, Brooklyn, New York, where I earned a postgraduate degree in industrial design. My graduate thesis was an exciting attempt to redesign the environment of an elevator, a unique experience of a captive audience lasting only a few seconds, where the closed environment would conform to the individual. Subsequently, I worked and traveled through US and Europe, had amazing but short encounters with great minds like Renzo Piano, Peter Eisenman, Michael Graves, Queen Latifah, to name a few, and discovered firsthand the great buildings and organized environments from great cities like New York to Fort Worth, Texas. La Jolla, California, to LA, from Nice to magical Marseille, where I finally discovered the master architect, Le Corbusier. To incredible London. The world offers much to the creative and hungry mind. I am founder of Studio Subtractive. This is a studio that aims to provide creative and sustainable architecture, environments, and industrial design consultancy services. My work experience is multifaceted, from retail design for the Swatch Group to my current project, the Bose flagship store. The exterior renovation of the building is a long-lasting outdoor finish which contains a considerable amount of titanium oxide, which in the presence of moisture naturally breaks down carbon monoxide. The interior specify products with recycled content, like vinyl flooring. A mochi to hand fabricate recycled tires for the stairs. The suspended fabric ceiling is a 3-layered polypropylene-based construction which absorbs ambient sound and can be recycled. All interior and exterior lights are either CFLs or LEDs, cutting down electricity costs. Double-glazed storefront systems are specified. And the condensate from the ACs will feed directly into the planters outside. My other experiences in the US are from commercial projects, to interior architecture for schools, K through 12th grade, and what fun this was. My signature style naturally flows towards great dependence to color. Color is life. Color for navigation. Materials specified had immense quantities of recycled content. Low VOC paints, ceiling tiles for proper acoustical performance, simple platonic forms for children to recognize and replicate. Architecture that teaches. Fire exits that are clearly defined. And exciting and lively spaces for children to interact in. A high school for older kids. The colors become a little more tamer. But remain vibrant and express the energy of the youth. And finally, a magnet school. That was my first experience of working on a LEED Gold project. My respect towards furniture and product design led me to participate and fully involve myself with this facet of design. Chair number 4 was designed for a global chair design event. Furniture Becomes Space was fabricated while at Pratt. Circulation desks for media centers for the schools, representing metaphors that are developed towards the environmental design. To the recently exhibited Chalo, designed and fabricated in collaboration with designers Sipte and Seher. We fashioned this chair inspired by the native squat posture. And revealing other stances as required. Modern furniture design with relevance to the environment. Finally, no matter where we live, we are all Pakistanis by default. Our faith, our position, our context is inevitably linked to this land. The reins are in our hands. The unbelievable facets of this country, from the mountains in the north to the shrines spread throughout, to the Sarsab Zameen, which bears the best produce found anywhere in the world, to the seas in the south. We have it all. Let's make it look good. I would like to thank the Institute of Architects Pakistan and to all those members who have been diligently involved for this wonderful event, IAPEX, that provides us a forum to talk about issues and solutions that must come forth towards making a better Pakistan. Thank you.